People are my thing, and I think that I have a reservoir of characters stored in my head that I really have not come near exploiting yet. I seem to champion sort of a very ordinary looking person, somebody like myself. Even more specifically, an ordinary looking woman and a very ordinary looking sort of fair-haired woman often comes up over and over. I have a certain amount of sympathy for my figures, you know. I love these figures. These are people, it's not in any way sarcastic. These are people who I genuinely sort of care about and feel natural to me. When I began making these paintings with figures in this scale and with this look, I think that they were a little more maudlin, less prone to smile. Subject matter that I'm working on right now is just simply people eating, people involved in the act of eating, actually feeding each, you know, being more involved with the food in these situations. There are 3 different bodies of work that I've worked on since like 2001. Paintings and drawings, which I always come back to, and they really are my core. But I've also made embroidered x-rays, which are x-rays that I sit and stitch through and sort of fill back in over the skeleton partially. And then I began to draw with rubber stamps, but the stamp speaks to the subject, whether it's a phrase or a word about the person's current experience, or whether it's a symbol or just a generic stamp off of an office table. One of the threads that goes through all 3 is labor intensity. For some reason, unless I put lots of time into something, it just doesn't really have as much value to me. So it's like, I think that stamping tens of thousands of times with a rubber stamp, and when I come up with an idea for a work, if it doesn't make me somehow laugh, I know I won't pull all the way through it, so I don't even start it. I think of myself as some sort of visual comic, and that's really evident in the embroidered x-rays, where I think they're funny. Some people think they're nurturing, some people think they're kind of horrifying. So it's not my intention not necessarily goes across to everybody. This is a very different process from painting because you basically make a decision and it takes you 2.5 weeks to execute that one decision. Whereas with painting, the whole process is about executing a decision, canceling that one, putting a new decision. There are thousands of decisions in a painting. But the paintings do reveal themselves, and it's almost like it knows what it wants to be, and you're just kind of standing there waiting for it to tell you. And so you begin, and then by taking that out and putting that there and taking that out and correcting, and then it's like, oh, there, that's what I wanted to do. Oil paint by its nature is mysterious. As it layers, it's mysterious. So for that very reason, I try to stay away from subject matter that is mysterious. I take on really ordinary situations, ordinary people. It's like there is probably a perfect formula that you're trying to achieve, and I think that that's what pulls you through. Every piece is trying to get there, and of course I've never gotten there. You know, there's always something new to discover.